Guys, welcome. Good. What is up, guys? Welcome to another live session. Today is September 27th, 2019, and we're back for another weekly profit recap. Just checking the audio. Audio is good. Stream is green. Make sure you guys are watching on the portal. We have the chat running, just answering back some questions that were left yesterday. And I was looking at how this week went, and I thought at the beginning it was an average week, right around 300 pips, but it was actually better than average, thanks to gold. So we'll get into that. I'll let everyone get settled in. Some people might be watching on YouTube. If you guys are, I highly recommend just signing up for the portal. You can do so by going to forexlens.com/trading-room and sign up for a free membership. Or you can sign up for full access to get all our sessions for $97 per month. But I can also give you guys 25% off just for those that are watching this session. So I'll give that code at the end of this session. Till then, we're going to get into it. I'm just going to check the YouTube chat because I know people are watching there. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. I hope you guys had a great week. This week went by pretty quick, and I think that's usually the case when we make profits. So we started off the week with a blockbuster trade on gold. So I believe on Monday's session, we pretty much explained this gold setup. We've created, a high at 1526 on a previous run on Friday when we came up here. Price kind of pulled back to our recent support at 1519. If we look to the left, 1519 has been a pretty good resistance for gold. One occurrence here, 2, 3, and support here. And we can see resistance a couple of times here. So 1519 was a nice area for price to pull back. And what we wanted was, in order to, go along to possibly 1550, we wanted a break and a close above the previous high. So the previous high was at 1526. Gold broke right above that, right outside our horizontal array, and that was enough confluence to go long. Now we didn't get the full move up to 1550, but if you look at the amount of pips we got from this move, entry was at 1527. We went as high as 1535. That's close to 80 to 90 pips right there, and I think our entry was actually better than that, but that's great for a Monday morning trade to get that many pips. Yeah, actually, if you look at the highest, we were just at 100 pips for the trade. Pretty good. We had our stops to entry. When we get to 25 pips into profit, we usually put our stops to entry and take partials, and that's because markets like to move in 25 pips to 30 pips segments, right? And especially with the the recent trade war and just fundamentals that come throughout the day, it's always best to make sure you minimize risk. So as soon as you get those profits, lock it in, and that's what happened. Is once we got up here, we actually had gold snap back, and that comes to our second setup. This short setup was given on Tuesday, I believe. So on Tuesday, when we got stopped out at entry, I did say that if we did get that close below 1519, that same level we spoke of, if we look to the left, we had a range fill, right? And what a range fill is basically when you have two key levels, for example, 1519 all the way to 1488, 1489. That's our range fill. If we look at past price action, whenever we've closed in this range, we've usually gone, not all the time, obviously. If you look, we went, we had a range fill here, which is one setup, two, and then on the third one, you would have got, actually not stopped out because you would have took 25 pips, but in our next one, we did have that 4 range fill, and this is the setup that was given, and this is what I did tell you guys, if we do get a closure below 1519 on a smaller time frame, we can short it to the bottom of this range. And if you look where gold has stalled, it's at the very bottom of this range. So that's pretty much the philosophy for our sessions is price action. And if you look to the left, right, our entry, and in our setups that I give in these sessions, the exact entry is given, and entry and stop loss, and you can see we did get that closure below 15.19. So a nice chunk of pips made there. You can zoom in. That's probably well over 130, 140 pips that were made. So yeah, that's gold just gave 220 pips right there. And then we got pound USD, which was another blockbuster trade. Try to make these sessions sweet and concise. Pound USD, on Monday we were somewhere here, right? And if you guys look and you've been trading for a while, you can kind of see a head and shoulders pattern. This is your left shoulder right here, right here. This is your head, and this we were right here on Monday. And what I told the guys in the stream was, if we can pop back up to 125,000, right, and make our right shoulder, we'd have a nice short to create that shoulder and possibly break that neckline. So that's what we got. If we pan out, we can see we had the short from here to here, and so we broke the neckline, created a full head and shoulders pattern. And then what happened was, if you look to the left, our key level from our past live sessions, 123.730 came into play, and that's where our shorts stalled for a bit on the hourly time frame before we broke that. And when we broke that, that's when we went short again. So our first setup was around, this is a lot of pips, to be honest, 100 or so pips in that first setup. I'm just going to slide this over so I can keep it for the pip count. But if you can see, our second short, we did the same thing. It was a range fill. So we look to the left, we can see in previous occurrence, when pound USD closed below 123.730, it went down to make to support and to make historic lows down here. So that's the same belief here. The whole no deal Brexit is still going on, the drama, and that's what we're looking for. If we close this down, ideally we want pound USD to go back to support down here. So that's we're still in this trade. We took some profits off the table, and we have stops into profit. So this trade, since entry, brought around, gosh, another 80 or so pips. And so yeah, we're gonna keep this swing trade going. Pretty simple price action, and I think I'll be more than comfortable to hold this trade over the weekend. Just to take note, because of the importance of 123.730, we kind of are reacting from that level. If you look in the past, we have rebounded from there. So just be cautious. We do have stops to entry and actually in profit. So if we do get stopped out during the weekend, it's not going to be too big of an issue. But if you're uncomfortable with holding trades, you can easily close out now. I forgot to say what is up to everyone. But yeah, so I think we're at like close to 300, and then we had the just a pound massacre, GBPUSD. So another setup that was explained during our live session, very similar philosophy. Let's go to the weekly time frame to show you this setup. If you go to the weekly, we can see a beautiful trading range from this blue resistance region to this blue support region. Okay, if we look, and I've explained this in the past sessions, this is the trading range. Follow the arrows, right? And the thing about ranges is it'll give you good setups, and they're high probable setups. So if you, for example, when you short from here, that's one setup, that's one winner. If you short from here, you would have made 200 pips. That's a winner. Price broke up. It was a fake out. We closed back in. That's another winner from here to here. We come back up here. This is another 200 pips. That's another winner. Price goes back up, closes back within range, makes another 80 pips. That's still a winner because you take partials and you move stops to entry. Price tries to break out again to make new highs. Pound Aussie does not agree. You get another 70 pips, and then you come back to retest that zone, and you get the 4 range fill. So that was like 7 setups right within this trading range, not using any indicator, anything special. And that's what we did here. Similar story. If you look, when we zoom in at this blue resistance region, we can see this, green bearish candle failed to close within the blue region or to go any higher. And we waited for rejection on a smaller time frame, and we'll show you what that means. So on the smaller time frame, this was the price action. This is a classic fake out when you have a green candle go into a resistance region, close above, and if you don't wait for that break and retest and rejection, you're gonna get burnt. So if you were long, if you were going to look for longs on this trade, what you should have done was wait for this break, wait for the retest, and wait for a bearish candle to close above these highs, and that'd be your confirm to go long, right? This is why you don't use buy stops. You gotta watch for price action manually. And what happened was, this is a classic fake out. You get a close outside of the range, you get a close back in. And not only that, when you do get a close back in, you get that retest of a green candle, the rejection with the red bearish candle, and you have a series of bearish candles afterwards. That's confirm. And our final confirm before entering was the support. So if you look at 1.83450, right? This level right here, it acted as hourly support when we came from that level. So for me, once we got that break and closure on the hourly time frame below this level, it signified a trend change. And if we look, that is what we saw. Here we have an uptrend, and then once we got that break below, we shifted in a downtrend. So pretty simple setup, and we are coming back to our, we went pretty deep into profits. I think the day before we had a retrace a bit, and now we're coming back to where we were. Crazy amount of pips made on this pair. Just short of 90 or so pips. I think our entry was actually better than this. I think we made 100 or something. But make sure you're on Telegram to follow my channel. It's t.me/rpforex. But if we look on the daily, this trade still has more to go. Our key level that's coming up is 1.81284. That's about 60 to 60 pips away. If we look to the left, it has been a previous support here, and resistance here. So these take profit levels are chosen very methodically, and that's where price will be magnetized to go. So I doubt end of day we'll get here unless some news comes out, but next week we might get this level, and if we get the closure below this level, we can have a further move down here. Classic example is looking to the left. When we were short previously, we had that closure below the support we're talking about. We had a retest with the bearish, with the green candle, which is a retest of the level. And then we had this bearish candle be the rejection. You see how the bearish candle closed below these lows right here? That's a confirmation to go low. So that's what we're looking for next week. I will also be holding this trade over the weekend. I already have my stops into profit. Partials are pretty much taken. I have a 15% of my original position running, so I'm gonna let it run. And yeah, what a crazy week. We like to keep these sessions transparent as possible. So our actual loss that we had this week, and it could have been it couldn't have been avoided, but USD yen. So I think on Monday we shorted USD yen for a quick 28 pips. We had our profits taken, we had some profits taken, stops to entry, and then what happened was we got bounced at entry right here, and we printed this candle on the 4 hour, right? Let me actually show you the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we printed this candle off this previous hourly support, and so I told everyone to re-enter. Unfortunately, what happened was Trump decided to release the transcripts to his conversation with the UKPM, and I think that caused Bitcoin to drop like crazy, USD yen to spike. I mean, it got spiked up pretty hard. So that was, I think a 60 pip loss, but that was the only official loss for the week. I believe that, and we closed out of Euro USD a bit prematurely. That was 30 pips. So we had a 60 pip loss and a 30 pip loss, and we had huge winners. We still have to go over our odd CHF winner. So this is a swing trade we've been holding since last week, and let's go to the daily to show it. So yeah, this was a swing trade that was taken, I think, last week, maybe Tuesday, and we think we hit TP3 just yesterday down here, and a nice swing trade that's brought over 110 pips, and currently we're retracing a bit. I think most of us have taken most of our profits off the table. If you haven't already, I do advise that, but our previous take profit 1 is coming into fruition right here. Our first take profit 1 was at 0.67225, and if we look, we've come back here and retraced that level once, twice, and our third time here. So it looks like price is starting to be reluctant to go lower and is trying to push back up. So if you're still in our Aussie CHF trade, just close it out. I'm probably gonna close off after this session, and enjoy my weekend risk free. But that is mainly all of our trades for the week, and official pip count will be released on Telegram like always. In terms of market setups for next week, let's take a quick peek. So USD yen could possibly have a short, depending on what happens. So earlier on, I believe last Friday, we had the potential long opportunity if we got to close above 108.750. If you look in the past, we weren't able to close above. We didn't get that closure. We actually spiked down, and that's why we shorted initially. But I'm still looking for longs for the USD yen. We did have USD core retails come out, core durable goods come out better than expected. Personal spending is down. Obviously, the trade war has pretty much caused an increase in the price that people pay for goods. So hopefully next week the dollar can kind of show some strength again. Next week is NFP week, so we'll see what the job data is. Another setup I was looking at was USD CHF shorts. If you've been trading the Swiss pairs for quite some time, you know they like to respect trading ranges and levels. If we look and we zoom in, we can see a nice trading range that we can take advantage of. I'm just gonna do this just so people can kind of visually see, and this is what we want to look for. We did, it is looking pretty good right now. We are reacting off 0.99500, and at the bottom of our trading range is at 0.97113. So this is a 200 pip trading range we can take advantage of next week. And if this plays out, then our Aussie CHF trade will also play out and probably go to the final take profit. So I think this is the setup I want to enter next week, probably as early as Monday. USD CHF shorts, possible USD yen longs, and gold shorts, continuation shorts. So back to gold. If we look, our next key resistance, support has come into play. 1489. It's been holding up gold since August. Since August, gold has not dropped any lower than 1489. And if we look to the left, maybe the weekly will show you guys better. If you look on the weekly, we can see we do have this trading range from here to here, which we could eventually target if we do get a close below 1489. We can short it all the way to this resistance of this previous trading range. So this is market structure. This is what it's going to do. The market's always inclined to do what's done in the past. on average, it's probably going to do that. So, yeah, if we get that closure below 14.89, I would be happy to short down to 13.61 as a long-term trade. So that is the session. If anyone has any last-minute pair recommendations, please let me know. I do want to look at Bitcoin because someone asked early in the week, and this analysis was given. Hopefully they took it, but it couldn't be as clear as they of where Bitcoin is going next. 7,500 area is where Bitcoin's headed next. This is just beautiful price action. Yeah, for anyone that's holding Bitcoin, you better pray that it does not close below 7,500 because it has ways to go. Yeah, so another great live session, another great week, and we have an official pip count on Telegram. This was a free session, so if you are tired of getting teased with the Monday and the Friday session, and you want to get into the goods on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you want to try out the service, but you don't want to pay the full $97. This full $97 includes all our signal providers. That's 6 signal providers included, and our beautiful portal. There's charts here. You can pull up charts. You can change it to whatever pair you want to look at. As our chat has our education section, so we have a full course there. For example, if we look, we have a full course there on Intro to Forex, trend lines, channels, etc. Just click education. Okay, while that loads, I'm going to give you guys the coupon code to get 25 off for your first month, or if you choose a quarterly or yearly membership. So just enter 25 off when you go to checkout, and you will be good to go. You'll get 25 bucks off. So that's 74 bucks per month for the trading room if you use this, and it's the same price as the signals. So you can also use this for the signals if you want, but I highly recommend the trading room because that's where you learn how to trade. So yeah, education section, and then you can look at this course. So make sure you guys watch this course, Introduction to Forex Signals. It's a very important course. We also have some videos on what is a trend line, how to spot a channel, what is a pip. We also have a few videos on how to identify my key support and resistance zones. All these videos are being rolled out on a weekly basis, so we'll be continuously updated. So yeah, I'm gonna end this session off. I will see you guys again Monday for another free session at 11 a.m. Eastern on our portal. So have a great weekend, guys. Take care, and I'm logging off.